What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It is another glorious, way too sunny day here deep in the heart of Texas, and it's a crisp 105 today. I'm gonna be dripping with sweat, not with style, ain't got none of that. It's been a while since we've had a nice install video in a wide open, uncovered parking lot. That's right, I have changed locations yet again. Moved in with my girlfriend, no covered parking at her apartments, but we're getting a house. There's a garage coming soon. I got this in, I think it was about February or April or March maybe of 2021. It has been sitting in a closet for an entire year, but now we have a built block. So there's no reason not to put in an intercooler because I gotta get retuned anyway. So let's put in the Grimmspeed Front Mount Intercooler for WRX. I'm pretty much following directly Grimmspeed's video for this. I'm gonna take the bumper off first before I take off, well, the engine cover and then the top mount. I feel like I could reach that even with it off the ground, but with the bumper off, I won't have to worry about kicking it on accident. So let's get the bumper off. Now for the under tray, I was smart this time and I picked a spot that's in the shade. So the concrete, not hot. It's been in the shade since at least noon today. It's like 5 o'clock now, so we're good. Oh, can't forget the license plate. I always forget the license plate. Now the bumper is all the way off, so we got to get the, wait, is that the one I needed? No. The rest of the splash guard off. Or this splash guard. There we go. Boom. No more splash guard. Get out of my face. Always be organized and put your bolts where you know they are. Don't just leave them on the ground. They'll blow away or you'll forget things. Somebody will come by and kick them. It'll be rude. And then you're screwed. Rude and screwed. Screwed and rude. God, I'm so lame sometimes. We're gonna take off our that thing. Shit. God, how am I dumb? We're gonna pull off engine cover, get the top mount out, and throw it in the trash. I'll probably keep it because I'm a pack rat, but you know, I don't have the heart in me to just throw shit in a trash can or just like across a room like a lot of people do. I don't know, I just can't do it. Next, we're gonna unmount this. This is the Cobb Flex Fuel wiring harness holder thingy. And we're not going to be using that. We can't get rid of it just yet because I don't want to get water in the connectors, but I have a solution for that using the Cobb Flex Fuel sensor, and that'll be in our next video after this one. Yeah, I think it was a good idea to take off the bumper first because I would not be able to reach this far this easily if it was still on. Alright, so to this side, so this one right here, and that one right here. Alright, I got that side out already. All it really requires is leverage and elbow grease. There we go. Boom. Out. Next thing we gotta do is take off all this ugly foam garbage so we can get to the crash bar right here, and then we have to take this support beam off. So for the crash bar, there's 4 here. 4 here. Fits just right in there. This little notch right here, perfect. Look, they made that for both of them. One thing super did right. Alright, let's wire out of the way. Don't accidentally yank it and drop it on the ground. Let go. Let go. I said let go. Let go. Thank you. Well, that one's ripped. Let's see if we can save this one for no reason. Who cares? Alright, so in the Grimmspeed video, you'll remember that they have the stock turbo inlet and stock intake pipe, right? So I've got this silicone one. So what I'm going to try to do with this is I'm going to take off the coupler here, but I'm going to leave the turbo inlet adapter for the silicone piping. I'm going to try not to take off any of this up here for the bypass valve. I'm just going to try and take off the charge pipe so I can kind of wiggle this stuff out of the way to get the intercooler piping adapter silicone inlet tube thingness in there. Seems to be in a quite precarious position. Haha. But luckily, with the bendy nature of the silicone tubing, I can bend this out of the way. The evap hose is kind of in the way, so I've just got it squished to the side so I can loosen this up. There we go. Had to loosen up the hose clamp here and on the bypass valve. I got it all the way off, but I took the turbo inlet off the bypass valve, which I didn't want to do since I wrestled with it so much when I first put it on. Okay, we're free. So now we gotta get off our charge pipe coupler, that one right there, and then the other one on the other side. Let's take a 12 and then put another wrench to break it loose. That's the charge pipe. It is now disconnected entirely. Now in the Grimmspeed video, it says that they wait to take this out to the very end. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So I'm gonna try and pull it out now. Everything's taken apart. That process is over. First thing we're gonna do is take our adapter for our charge piping, fit that into place up here. You hear that? That's the sound of summer in Texas. First part of this is putting this on with the bypass valve. So we're gonna angle this behind all of this stuff. All right, I got that fitted in place right there. We're gonna tighten up the coupler, but not a whole lot. Just enough so it doesn't slip off. I got all of this stuff plugged back up in a way that shouldn't have any leaks. Okay, bypass valve is tight around all the couplers. Apparently in the Grimmspeed video, the horn is already relocated to up here somewhere, and this needs an extension. This sensor is pretty much right where it was. It just is now loose. I'm not sure if that's gonna cause any problems, but I've got the horn mounted backwards now, so I don't think it should cause any issues. So now we're gonna trim these down right here and right here with this box cutter. Oh yeah, it just goes through it like butter. It's super easy. I've already got all of these mounted up from the previous owner. When I got it, he had them on there. He never took them off, and I never took them off. Forgot one thing. I need to take this bolt off first. Go. Lowest setting, don't worry. Rack. Shake the whole car with it. All right, now we got to take off this wiper cover so that we can get this out. So this thing attaches right here to these two, but apparently there's some bolts way back there somewhere. There you are, right there. They're right behind that. In hell, dude. Okay, just pop that right out of there. I'm starting to lose daylight, but it matters not. I mean, it looks bright out there. I have this. Boom, daylight mode. There's off, on. This thing is amazing. It's right here. So we're gonna throw our coupler on, make sure it's oriented down. Go. Feels like it's in there pretty good. We're going to take all our tape off, our protective layer. Put it on this side first because it's more flexible. Yeah. Come on. There you go. Oh yeah. That's right where our bead roll is. I'm going to put a clamp right behind that. You can see where it's kind of bulging out right there, I hope. Ouch. I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with those blowing off. It should be good. Let's get this coupler. Whoop, that's tightening. We don't want that. All right, I've made an executive decision. You can see me on the camera, but it's fairly dark out here. I have the light so I can see, but y'all can't see, and I don't like that. So we're gonna pick this up early tomorrow morning. Good morning. It is the next morning, everybody, and we need to get this knocked out because I do not have a lot of time. I've got a cruise to go on. I got yelled at by the apartment managers yesterday, and apparently they show up at 8:30 on Saturdays. So luckily we don't have a whole lot left. We just got to get the charge piping from here down here. That's it. It's not a lot. So next step, 45-degree hose. Just scooch that on there. Get your coupler orientated. Scooch that on in there. That's about right. Nice. Okay, good. Awesome. This piping that comes through here in front of the battery and down there and comes out here. It's real goofy. This is how it should be orientated. The neck for the thing is going to go behind it. This isn't even exactly where it's going to be fitted up, but it's pretty close. So it's going to come that way and come out around that way. That's what we need. .45, it's going to go, I think it faces down a little bit. This one is going to be about right here. Okay, all right. That's pretty much it. That's it. It's all together. Before we put all that on, we've got to put on our bash bar. When I do that, you notice the connections are like right here. This is in the way. So we got to take that off and, you know, work backwards a little bit. Just get one in there as a placeholder for now. I'm just going to make this easy on ourselves. Got all that done last night. It's a little wiggly, but you know, silicone, bash bar, solid, intercooler itself, solid. Everything else solid. I got this tightened down. Got both of these tightened down. Extra shaky camera for effect. So I think what we're gonna do first, I'm gonna start it up. I'm gonna start it up and see, check for air leaks. Alright, I don't feel anything, so we're gonna say it's good. I don't have a lot of time left. So, only last thing we gotta do in order to put this back up, we gotta cut a little notch out of it, and then just put everything back on. There's one last thing I needed to do. Let's cut around this, put that bolt back in there. It's not pretty, but I mean, you know, it's under the car. Nobody's gonna see it. I've noticed that trying to put this thing back up, it bumps into the intercooler piping right there. So we're gonna have to cut all the way to about right here on this. Before we put this thing back on, need to get rid of this. I've been waiting for this for so long. Judy. I was afraid of this, so might be kind of hard to see down in there, but you can hear that. That's our turn signal housing rubbing up against there, so we need to cut that before we can go any further. We flipped the piping over back behind here. I cut out quite a bit, but you can see there's still a gap, but I mean, like, it's pretty solid in there. I'm gonna have to cut out this corner up in here, but I'm not gonna do that with my box cutter. Like, this will be good for now. I've got things to do today. I don't have time. I've already been yelled at again by the apartment manager, so like, there's not a whole lot I can do at this point, but it's together. The bumper's together. You do have to cut it. Only thing left now is to put on the base map. All right, and that's that. Here we go. That's in. That's that. That's gonna be it for this one. I'm gonna put the base map on there. We got an ethanol gauge coming up. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll link the Grimmspeed video and this one because it's the only thing I reference. Let me know what you want to see. Leave a comment. Hit the notification bell because I don't make videos very consistently. I work 14 hours a day every day that I work now. That's between 2 different jobs. It leaves me with like 2 days to do anything. Bye.